Somewhere, about 50,000 years ago, a man noticed a woman for the first time. He noticed her because she was standing near his food. This is, technically, a love story. Welcome to the most romantic era in human history, a time of firelight, open skies, and absolutely no concept of what any of this was. No word for love, no flowers, no candles, no dinner reservation. Just two confused humans with identical brain chemistry to yours, standing in the dirt, feeling something they had never felt before, and had no framework whatsoever to explain. This is how ancient humans fell in love, and it is exactly as unhinged as it sounds. Let's set the scene. The year is approximately 48,000 BC. Our hero has just returned from a hunt. He is sweaty. He is covered in something. It is unclear what. There is no cologne. There is no mirror. There is no plan. And then he sees her, and something in his prefrontal, his dopamine levels spike, his heart rate increases, his attention, which moments ago was entirely focused on not being eaten, narrows to a single point, her. This is the exact same neurological event that happens to you when you see someone across a room and forget how to speak. The same chemicals, the same sequence, the same complete and total loss of executive function. The difference is that he expressed this didn't run. Romantic. Colonization. Here's the thing nobody tells you about falling in love in 48,000 BC. It felt exactly the same. The sleeplessness? Same. The inability to concentrate? Same. The way everything reminded you of them. The way the fire looked different when they were near it. The wanting to be close without knowing why. The physical ache of being on the other side of the cave? Same. Because the brain that runs those feelings is ancient. Pair bonding in humans goes back at least 1.7 million years. The oxytocin, the dopamine, the serotonin loop that makes you feel like a complete fool over another person. That system is older than language, older than fire, older than tools. Your ancient ancestor lying awake in his animal skin sleeping situation, staring at the cave ceiling, thinking about her, was running the exact same software you run. He just had no idea what to do with it. So, he decides to make a move. Here is where the romantic comedy begins in earnest. He brings her a gift. Now, in a modern romantic comedy, the gift is flowers, chocolates, a thoughtful note, something that says, I see you, I thought of you, I put effort in. His gift is a large piece of meat. This is not a metaphor. Archaeological evidence shows prehistoric men brought food, specifically the best cuts from a successful hunt, to women they were interested in. The bigger the offering, the stronger the signal. He is not bringing her flowers. He is bringing her 80 pounds of mammoth. The message is clear. I am a good hunter. I will not let you starve. I have noticed you specifically. Please consider this mammoth as a formal expression of my intentions. She considers it. The mammoth is evaluated. His hunting ability is evaluated. His physical condition is evaluated. His standing in the group is evaluated. This process takes approximately 4 seconds and happens entirely without words. She accepts the mammoth. The rom-com music would play here. If music had been invented, it had not. There. But he doesn't stop there, because ancient humans also do. They showed off. Dance. Actual, deliberate look-at-me dance. Researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer societies found that men danced more energetically, more elaborately, and for significantly longer when there was a woman they were trying to impress nearby. The better dancer was signaling better coordination, better stamina, better everything. He is not doing this because it's charming. He is doing this because his genes are trying to get to the next generation, and this is their current strategy. It is still charming. Crimson. There is also evidence of prehistoric jewelry, shell beads, pierced animal teeth, ochre-dyed ornaments, worn specifically during periods of social display. She has dressed up. He has dressed up. Neither of them has a word for dressed up. They are doing it anyway, because this is what love makes you do. Across every era, every culture, every century, it makes you try. And then, another man brings her a mammoth. This part of the romantic comedy is also familiar. The rival, the complication, the scene where everything nearly falls apart. Jealousy, the actual neurological response, the cortisol spike, the threat detection activation, is ancient. Anthropologists believe jealousy evolved as a pair bonding protection mechanism. You feel it because your ancestors who didn't feel it lost their partners. The ones who felt it and responded to it kept theirs. So when our hero sees the rival mammoth being presented, Something fires in his brain that is not subtle and not civilized and absolutely not romantic. But here is the plot twist. The rival is also nervous. The rival also dressed up. The rival's heart is also doing the thing. Everyone at this fire is running the same terrifying software, and none of them have any idea what it is. They just know it matters more than almost anything else. Here is the part of every romantic comedy where someone has to say the thing, the declaration, the moment. He has no words for love. The word love did not exist. The concept of romantic love as a named, recognized experience had not been articulated. But there is evidence, going back tens of thousands of years, of pair-bonded ancient humans buried together, side by side, some holding hands, some with their foreheads touching, some with their children nearby. He couldn't say it, but he stayed. He came back. He brought the mammoth again and again. He tracked her presence in the group. He sat closer to her than he sat to anyone else. In every language that has ever existed, across every culture and every century, that is what love looks like. Not the words, the staying. So what did ancient humans do when they fell in love? The same thing you do. They lost sleep. They showed off. They brought their best. They got jealous. They stayed close. They tried, with the tools they had, to say something they didn't have words for. The packaging has changed completely. The feeling never did. That rush you feel, that specific, irrational, inconvenient, completely overwhelming thing is 50,000 years old, 100,000, maybe more. It was there before we could name it, before we wrote songs about it, before we turned it into every story we've ever told. It is the oldest thing about you, and it is still working exactly as designed. If you are currently experiencing prehistoric dopamine levels over another human being, first of all, same. Second of all, you now know why. If this made you feel something, share it with someone. And if you want Milo and Max to keep asking the questions nobody thought to ask, subscribe. There is a new one every week, and the next one is already waiting. Ancient humans fell in love with no words for it, no script for it, no idea what was happening to them. They figured it out anyway. You probably will too. Another question is already waiting for you.